Here's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Today, Bernie from Weekend at Bernie's, they brought him out to the podium, and he announced that any company that has more than 100 or more employees, they're going to mandate a vaccine on them.
I saw that
And
today. I mean,
and Abbott already said this isn't happening.
oh, did
So
he?
yeah, Abbott already is like this isn't happening. We haven't heard anything from DeSantis yet, but I'm sure DeSantis is going to say the same thing. And it's not local politics; it's state politics, but it's federalism.
Yep.
It's better. It's better than what we have now. And I just honestly believe that at the local level is the best way to push back. Is you and your people in your town, especially if you're in a small town. Small town, I mean, like 4 or 5 of you could run everything. Could be all the influence, as long as you're impressive people and you're not, you know,
Right.
showing up drunk and stuff like that, high as balls. Well, except you do really well. The
Got a high tolerance, man.
but yeah, so I mean, it's like I think I said this last night is
Yeah.
if you have the ATF or you have the DEA coming in and they don't have and you've told your sheriffs to stand down or even better, tell them don't let them in. Meet them at the border of the town. What are they going to do? I mean, these aren't we know from Michael Bolden, these aren't high they don't have high budgets. So and they're not going to start printing money to do this. I mean, they're just not. I mean, there'll be enough people. There are enough people who've already said, "I'll take the vaccine anyway." And so, I think really, when it comes down to it, you take over, decide you're going to take over your town council, get a couple people elected, do it however you have to do it. A lot of those positions you don't have to declare Republican or Democrat.
Right.
And then, like my friend Andrew from Popular Liberty has this idea of setting up just like the Nordic countries have sovereign wealth funds to for like I think Norway's is like their social security fund is in a sovereign wealth fund where they have like everybody theoretically has $1 million if they retired at this point. They invested it mostly in oil um,
Hmm.
in their oil industry, and so you get a couple people in there and you just push this. I mean, it's a nice little idea. It plays really well to right wingers. You're telling them, hey, we're going to cut taxes. Um, it's going to allow you to, it's going to be something that you can dip into for spending and you won't have to tax people. And then you go with this and then you just start building upon that and building upon that. And I think I think the problem with local politics is that people don't want to they don't think it matters. And terms like, there is a reason why phrases like politics is local are important. And yeah, I mean, I just see that really it's the only way to, I mean, if they really got tyrannical and they were like, okay, we're going to pick a couple towns to send people, we're going to make an example out of a couple towns and we're going to march in there and say, hey, look, you have to take this vaccine. I mean, they're not going to choose blue towns. Towns that are mostly blue are already probably mostly vaccinated. They're going
Yeah.
to pick red, and I mean that's when you're going to see. You probably see solidarity. A guy contacted me the other day, right outside of Boise, and was telling me that the school district wanted to do mask mandates for the kids, and like so many people showed up, they couldn't fit in the auditorium to protest it and just said no, this is not happening. And they said, well, okay, so if you want your kids to be exempt from masks, show up tomorrow and fill out this form and everything. And like he said, he thought that people who were actually for the mask mandate actually showed up to sign it. Just he said it seemed like most of the people who were who had kids there showed up to sign it. It's just going to be something local, man. I think that is the best way to fight. I mean, we
Yeah.
know that we know the 202 area code. I mean, how
Yeah.
much of a dent can you make in it? I mean, Ron Paul was there for how